Welcome. Today we are going to go through a Qigong for arthritis, wrist pain, carpal tunnel, any kind of inflammation and chronic pain in your hands and wrists. Lots of people struggle with this. I can empathize. I went through several surgeries on my wrist, and what ends up happening for a lot of people is they'll get some cortisone injections, they may get some surgery, develop some scar tissue. Arthritis is ongoing, and this can be extremely uncomfortable and irritating, especially because we want to do things with our hands. And so over time, people start to get numb to the medications, to the injections. Surgery, it either works or it doesn't. And so this is going to give you a tool that you can use day in and day out as A, something to regulate the pain and to minimize the pain, manage the pain, and B, to ward off and prevent. So the first is regulation, and then it's prevention. Okay, and this can be done in as little as 2 or 3 minutes if you want to just pull one exercise out, or it can be done as a routine, which we're going to do today, maybe between 10 and 15 minutes. I'm not sure exactly how long this is going to go, but I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. All right? Now, the key to this is you may get some relief today in this session, or if you come back to the video and watch it again, but ultimately it's through the consistent practice. Gong in Qigong means skill, development, achievement, something that's acquired through consistent effort. The Qi, the QI or CHI, stands for breath, and today we can think of it as breath and internal activity, okay? And so we're going to cultivate this, and we're going to try to target the wrists and the hands. And so we're going to begin today, and remember, as always, no pain, lots of gain, all right? We're going to move to relax and relax to move. So if we feel pain, we back off and we try to make the movement less. We don't want to use effort. We want the body to relax into these movements. Almost like a gentle tension. So it's not totally laxed, but it's as if I'm pulling on this string on my shirt. It's not too relaxed, and I'm not pulling too tight. I just want to establish a connection, and this is what we're going to be doing with the tissues within the body. All right? So we're going to get in our neutral position to begin. Feet under the hips. The feet we want forward. Sometimes people have a tendency to flare out. Some people have some pigeon toe issues. Feet under the hips. Nice neutral position. Check body alignment, my body alignment video for more details on our alignments for Qigong. We're going to get in a neutral position. The butt, a lot of us hold tension in our butt and our low back. We're going to try to relax that, let it sink down. We don't want to tuck the hips under. We don't want to stick the butt out. We want to find a nice neutral position where the tailbone feels like it's being drawn down towards the floor. Okay, simultaneously, the upper back extends up through the crown towards the ceiling, creating a nice gentle traction on the spine. Gentle is the key phrase here. Everything that we discuss is a gentle idea. All right, guys? Feet are flat, weight is spread even across both feet, and the knees are slightly bent. So if we start here, we're going to imagine sitting on a high stool, and if we do that, boom, the knees bend a little bit. It's kind of in the middle. The knees are bending to sit down on the stool. Internally, it feels like we're standing up and straightening the legs. Always looking for the yin within the yang and the yang within the yin, or yin and yang. All right? Head lifts through the crown, chin is slightly tucked. We're going to try to connect the spine to everything else, to the wrists, to all of the movement. So when one thing moves, everything moves. So the weight is spread evenly, the lower back is open, tail sinks, and the head lifts up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Chest is soft, and we're trying to bring our awareness and our focus down into our lower belly and lower back. Okay, referred to as Dantian and Ming Men. And you're simply observing. You're watching yourself breathe. Never want to hold the breath in Qigong. It's one of what they call the 3 harms. So we never want to hold the breath. So if you feel like you need to take an extra breath in between the movements, then you go ahead. So we're going to begin with a couple of just cleansing breaths. The knees are going to bend. Arms feel like they extend towards the floor. We're going to start to straighten the legs as the arms extend and rotate as we straighten the legs, and we inhale, and then we're going to exhale. Palms are going to turn over. Shoulders, arms sync with the knees. So we're going to inhale. Everything is going to rise up. Exhale, we're going to sink down. When one thing moves, everything moves. We're looking for a symphony of movement within the body. Everything's moving collectively. So it's hard to differentiate. We don't want to straighten the legs too fast and still have room to go with the arms, or sink too fast and still. Nope. One unit. All right? Nice and easy, like we're moving through a medium. You can see I'm expressing out through my fingertips. They're not totally relaxed. They're not rigid. All right, we're going to do one more. We're going to let that come to a rest, back into our what we call Wu Ji, or our neutral position. Knees are slightly bent. Tailbone sinks. Awareness is in the lower belly. Head lifts. So this is going to be a little similar, only there's not going to be as much movement with the knees. We're going to inhale. Arms are going to come out to the sides. And then they're going to press up towards the ceiling as I straighten my legs. But really I'm straightening my spine, extending a little bit. And then I let that go as I exhale. So inside I'm feeling a lot of movement taking place, but you're not going to see too much up and down here. So we're going to inhale. Eyes look up as we press overhead, and then we exhale, the eyes relax back to eye level. And it's like the legs and the back are what are driving the arms up. We're not using our shoulders here. The shoulder blades are sinking as I drive my legs into the ground, extend through my spine, and press through my hands. So we're always looking for the root. Keep going as I come back and forth, but the shoulders guide the elbow, which guides the hands. The hips are driving the shoulders, which are driving the arms. Or they urge, the shoulders urge the elbows and the hands. So we're pushing and then letting go. Do one more. The neck and the shoulders are relaxed. And if your hands are feeling discomfort, again, we back off, try to straighten them, try to get them to a place where you don't feel pain. And if you feel like you're approaching discomfort, then you just come back the other way. You exhale and you come back down. We're going to bring our hands up by our sides. Fingers are extended like there's balls in between each finger. And like we're holding on to a ball in the palms of our hands. So we're going to exhale and push the hands out in front of us. Inhale and pull them back in. We're always looking for the yin and the yang. So as I push my arms forward, I feel something go back. So it would look almost like this. This is an exaggeration of what I'm feeling on the inside. So we're going to stay nice and rooted in our stance. We're going to exhale, and it feels like The whole back is driving the arms forward, and then we pull something back as we inhale. Elbows are heavy and they brush the ribs. Exhale, almost like your arms are hoses. Each finger is a hose, and the pressure builds the closer it gets to its end of movement, to the apex of the movement. Okay? Like there's a pressure against the fingertips that your body is pushing against. And almost when you pull back, there's a little resistance against the elbows. So it feels almost like my body's coming forward as we pull the arms back. Something pushes back as the hands push forward. Then we inhale and we pull the arms back. We're nice and rooted in the floor. Okay. And we're going to do one more after this. It's kind of almost like a build-up. It's almost like part one and part two. So this is part one. Part two is going to look like this. We continue to push, but the arms are then going to spiral inward. Almost the backs of the hands get to a place, and then we're going to pull the hands and the arms back. So again, we exhale and we inhale. Looking for the opposite rotation. So as the arms are inwardly rotating, what do you feel moving in the opposite direction, if anything? Again, tuning in. Keep going. We're trying to create space, almost like you're pulling on your fingers. There's so many little joints. We're trying to create space in between each joint. This is one area of the body right above your wrist that you can really tune into and feel almost like a separation happening from inside out. If that just sounds totally wild and esoteric, I'm really coming at this from a practical perspective, okay? You have a lot more control over what happens on the inside of your body than you may have heard before. So it just is a matter of connecting with these different areas, developing a relationship, and then having more control. All right? When one thing moves, everything moves. I'm going to do one more. As I drive the arms forward, I feel something pressing me. My legs are driving into the floor, gently, gently, but they are driving. And then they're pulling, my whole body is pulling my hands back to me. And you'll notice my shoulders, maybe from this perspective, I'm not shrugging at the end here. They stay relaxed and sinking. Elbows are being drawn towards the floor. All right? We're going to do one more exercise. So we're going to bring the hands up like we're cupping water. And it's almost like we're going to splash the water on our face as the hands come down the center of the body and then drive out. Arms are going to flip over. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Shoulders are relaxed, but there's movement happening within the shoulders, obviously, for the arms to rotate here. So again, I apologize for the background New York City noise. This is reality. We can't control what happens around us, only what happens within us. So if you're feeling discomfort and pain in your wrists and your hands and your fingers, again, this might look like this. It might be a smaller movement. Okay, no pain, lots of gain. So we need to find within our own bodies what is a modified version of the movement. Inhaling and exhaling. Everything is being pulled forward like this is going to happen. As I come back, it's like like a wave is crashing down and then scooping back around. Okay? And at some point, shoulders remain relaxed. We're going to switch directions. So the palms are going to face the floor. We're going to scoop in this opposite direction, fingers up the center line, and then back out. Inhaling as the hands come to the body, exhaling as we push them away. Again, like you're filled with water, and there's a pressure building as the arms extend out. Okay, from this side, you see how the fingers scoop around to face my body. They come up my center line, and then they start to express out as I drive them out. Again, the back is being pushed back as my hands push forward. Again, this might just look like a modified it could look like this. It may not really resemble it much if you're in a lot of pain. So we have to stay within our own individual ranges of motion and pain tolerance. And then we're going to let that come to a rest. We're going to go through all of them 2 or 3 times. So we're going to begin with the pressing, looking up, exhaling. Let the arms press. This almost feels like you're pushing your body out of a pool. We're staying nice and rooted. Inhaling as the arms press up. Exhaling as they settle back down and press down. Looking for the oppositional movements. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders. Exhaling. Sinking back down the center. Elbows are going to bend. We're going to push the arms out. Drive the fingers forward. Fill the arms and pull them back in. Creating space in the wrist. Inhaling and pulling back in. One more. I'm not rolling out my shoulders. This is the end point, and then I pull that back in. So this is just sort of an add-on. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And inhaling. One more. Like you're moving through a gentle resistance and pressure. Letting the hands settle. Scooping up the water. Coming down. Inhaling and exhaling. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. Let that arms come back down. We're going to let the knees bend. We're going to inhale, straighten the legs, exhale, sink down. One more. It's getting dark. Inhale and exhale. All right. Tune into the body. Check the hips. Check the extension through the crown. And tune into your breath, filling the lower belly. Let me move around a little bit. Guys, these are 1, 2, 3, 4 amazing exercises, plus cleansing breath, which we generally start and finish with. We knocked out the review within a couple of minutes. You can fit that into your day several times a day. Consistency is key. If you like this video, please like it, share it, leave a comment on what kind of pain you're struggling with and which one of these exercises really resonated with you and felt good. If you have any questions about how to do them, leave them in the comments. Please, I will personally respond to them. Follow me, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care.